Welcome to another video of Go to Fishing, and today I'm gonna show you guys one of the ways to catch or have more luck on catching salmon on the Vedder River. And yeah, I know beads are pretty popular on the river, and it seems like it's a trend. And don't get me wrong, they work perfectly fine. But what I typically do is first lay, I always use rope for at least 30 minutes, and it's been pretty productive for me personally. But to each to their own. This is how I cure my roe. I keep it as simple as possible, and it seems like it's pretty effective so far. So let's get into it. I have 2 skeins in a Ziploc that I caught yesterday, last night, and I didn't have time to cure it, so I left it in the fridge for a day, which is fine, but you normally want to do it as soon as possible. I have left it for 3 days. They lose some quality, but I'd probably say 3 days the maximum in the fridge before you cure it. So, but do it as soon as possible. The first thing you need, of course, rope. Coho, spring, both works fine. Chumps closed right now, so you can't retain any. So, and you need a drying rack and some sort of a container so you don't spill all the Procure. Procure is this one. This is one I use. This one's a red hot double stuff from Procure, and I've been using it for 2 years now, and I'd say it's pretty much the best that or at least it produces for me. And you can get it in different colors: orange, pink, natural, and all sorts, but I always use Procure, Bait Cure, red hot double stuff. And lastly, you definitely need one of these latex gloves or plastic gloves, whatever you got, because you don't want to stain your hands, and they're all going to go red for a couple days. So, all right, first things first, gloves on. It does not get stained. And take the roe. And one tip for curing roe: after you catch the fish, you do not want any river water on the roe. That just ruins the whole process of it. And this is spring roe. It's quite an amount, so it's a good amount. And I usually butterfly it, which meaning I get my scissors and then cut it along here, which I'll show you guys in a minute here. Apologize for my scissors, they're kind of dirty. But you want to run it along. Just open up in the middle. Don't go all the way through, but just kind of butterfly it open. And you'll see it kind of spread. Do that. And they open. There's one skein here. I'm just going to lay it down here, and there's one. Grab another one here. There you have it. Again, quick recap. I just cut it through, not all the way through, but with my scissors all along. Now the fun part is you grab the cure. These guys go for $22 at your local tackle store, and they'll last you quite a bit actually. You don't use that much. So basically open up the sprinkle side. There's 2 sides to it, but you just want to give a thin layer of sprinkle. Thin layer first. Not too much, just a thin layer. And the other side. And the thin layer is done. I'll show you guys at the top view. This is the top view. It's a pretty thin layer of Procure. But we will be adding a little bit more, but yeah, I like to do the thin layer first. Grab it under and sprinkle in between. Not too much. A lot of people make a mistake by putting too much cure in it, and it just makes it very watery at the end. And the other side. And that's it. So we're pretty much halfway. It's that simple. And I know a lot of people have their own recipe or whatever, but I had pretty good luck keeping it pretty simple. I know a lot of people add like oil or krill scent or all sorts of scent, but I just add this, done. And it seemed to work pretty good. So each to your own, but yeah, this is how I catch my fish and how I cure my rope. And after I cut it in half, I like to put one skein in one Ziploc. You could put it all in the same bag, but I just found it better to work with that way. I put a quarter of my roe. So that's one skein, 2 pieces, 1 skein. For better quality and freshness, I put it in my bait fridge. And I wait for 15 minutes or so, give or take. After 15 minutes, I like to kind of tumble it around so the juice gets all absorbed. Same thing for the other one. Tumble it around so the juice gets absorbed. And you want to do that for 3 or 4 times throughout the day or throughout the night. I just do it like once or twice. It works for me, and yeah, and I cure it for overnight, 10 to 12 hours, or even longer, sometimes 24 hours. And I think the shortest time I would say is probably overnight, 12 hours, and you could probably leave it up to 2 or 3 days even. I've done that before, and it's whatever your time works. For this purpose of video, I'm gonna use a different batch of roe that I cured last night. So yeah, let's just say it's been 15 hours, let's say. Take the roe out of my Ziploc onto my drying rack, and they look pretty juicy to me. I think they're gonna work out pretty good here. That is after 15 hours, but if you want it a little drier, leave it longer, like 2 days or 3 days, but it's looking pretty nice. And now they're on the rack, so I like to give another overnighter here, around 12 hours. And make sure you check the firmness depending on your temperature in your room, not in your room, in your garage or anywhere you do it, but you just want to reach the firmness you want and add borax afterwards, which I'll get to it after these are all dried up. So after overnight of drying and curing, or I guess drying, so they're all ready to get cut up in pieces, or you could do that on the river as well, but I like to cut it at home, so it's so much easier when I get to the river. And just if you look at it, it's very tacky. It's pretty dry. It's kind of moist, but not dried up, but it's very tacky, so it'll stay on the hook longer when you cast. And yeah, so let's go and cut it up. So one thing, before I cut it up to pieces, I like to use borax. It just keeps your hands not stained and keep the roe dry. It's so much better on the river. It's not gonna make a difference fishing wise, but it just makes it more cleaner and stuff. So I like to add some borax into the Ziploc. That's where I'm gonna put my pieces. I have to add about this much. It all depends how much borax you got and how much roe. I like to portion it to 12 pieces, so that's pretty much good for, I'd say, for me at least, 2 to 3 hours. Because I switch to roe and bead and roe and bead, so I alternate, so I don't use roe all the time. So I found out like 12 pieces is pretty good. Sometimes I take 2 bags, so it'll be 24 pieces. But all right, let's start cutting again for real. I like to face the skin on my side so I can see it while I'm cutting. I like to cut it around this side. And for cohos, I like to cut it even half. Depends on the day. But I do it about this size. so I can use for spring and cohos. I do about 12 pieces. So I just cut it, kind of half the skein. And then cut it in chunks. There's 2, 3, and then 12. And after that, after I get all my 12 pieces, I like to put it in the bag in borax. It stays like this. I like to close it up. And I like to kind of mix it so it gets into the roe. So your hand's all dried and it's less of a mess. And there we have it. You're all ready to fish. Okay, and that is it for you guys today. And here's how I make my roe. Pretty simple and effective. I've got tons of fish for this curing method. I like to keep it simple again. And but if you want to try different things, you could add like oil, etc., salt, sugar. But I don't worry about all those. It's just too complicated for me, and I like to keep it simple, and it just works fine. And yeah, just give it a try first light or last light. Switch it between roe and beads. It's always good to switch it up. So I hope this works out pretty good for you, and I hope you get some more fish.